Big mama and our aunties and them don't hold us. Girls, don't ever let a man tell you more than one time. He don't
You
want
guys,
you.
we made it this far. We're still married.
How many times have you guys thought, oh my goodness, this was a mistake?
I've never thought that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that like every single year. Yeah.
What?
I don't want you, girl.
What part of it was a mistake?
Oh, all of it.
All of it. Every part.
Just every part of it. The good thing though is that every time I face that mental, I don't know what you call it, that voice in your head and stuff like that, I'm always reminded back to like our foundations. So it's not a bad thing. It's like saying like when you work out, your muscles burn and you want.
It is bad, sir. Joe, it's bad. You just told your wife and your kids and the world that you regretted all of it. All of it. Now you're trying to backtrack. No, we heard what you said. We heard you, Joe. We could see, we see it in your eyes.
Quit. It's no different than.
I feel like it's more like that. Like there's
You see how she's cutting him off and explaining to us what he means versus what he said. Listen to what a man says. Don't ever try to fix what he said or clean it up. My daddy always said, just let a man talk. If you let a man talk, he will tell you everything you want to know, how he thinks and what he thinks and feels about you. Don't ever try to correct him or fix up or clean up what he said. Now she trying to clean up what he said. No, he said what he said. Joe said
times where I want to quit, but I don't think I would say that I thought like, oh, this was a mistake. Those are different things.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt like regret, but it's just like hard. I just want to non-exist.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I just want to turn to vapor.
Just drop me off in the middle of the Israel desert.
He said what he said, girl. He said what he said. Hey, cousin, happy Monday. This shirt, I'm not angry. This is just my face. This is not for this video, okay? This is not for this video. Like a blanket. He was doing tutor. He was cool. This shirt is not for this video. This shirt is from Married at First Sight. So you come back from Married at First Sight, okay? I don't want y'all to think I'm angry. Hey, cousins. Thank you for your love and support to everyone that commented on the video yesterday. I'm going to try to see if I could read through some of the comments. Now, there's something I want to talk about because I did ask, somebody said she's the first person to have a PhD in this field. And I was like, how is she the first person to have a PhD in this field? Then the person will give her the PhD have a PhD in the field. And to shout to my cousins who always come to my rescue and say, no, cousin Janice, she's the first African American to get a PhD in this field. And then the African Americans was like, hold up, she ain't FBA. She ain't FBA, Foundational Black American, okay? And the people in the comments fighting that she's not FBA, okay? So if you, Foundational Black American or Black African American are people who are descendants of slaves, okay? So if you do not have the blood of Black American slaves through your vein, you are not technically, in the essence of the word, African American. I never thought she was African American. I thought she was like she's first generation something, but I never thought she was African American. I am not African American either. I know I have a lot of new people over here. I am Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica and I grew up here. So yes, the people are in the comments fighting that she is not African American. And I think African Americans, I understand what African Americans are saying. Like a lot of people, we give them, they're the first Black person, but or first African American, but they're technically not African American, i.e. Barack Obama is technically not African American in the true essence of the word African American. He does not have the blood of slave ancestors running through his veins. So technically, we've never had an African American president yet, because technically Barack Obama is not African American. But I remember in the 90s, Professor Gunther said the first African American will not be a full-blooded African American. I remember that. Oh my God, I remember that. I probably have it written down in one of my textbooks. Okay, so the cousins are fighting in the comments. So let's listen to what this young lady had to say. And there's something I want to bring out about Black people and African Americans. So I am a Black person. I am not African American. My daughter she's a Black young woman, but technically she is not African American. She has 2 Caribbean parents. My son is technically African American because he has a father who is African American, whose bloodline has been traced back to slavery. So when it comes to Black people and African Americans, I notice African American want other people to acknowledge them as the first Black person to do this, but it actually doesn't mean anything to them. Do y'all understand? It doesn't. You know how it's important for us? Oh, she's the first African American to get a PhD in this field. It means absolutely nothing to other people, to other races of people. So wanting another race to acknowledge her as a god because she's the first African American to get a PhD in this field, I want Black people, African Americans, to realize it doesn't mean that to them. It means something to us, descendants of slaves. It means something to us, but to other people, it doesn't mean anything, anything to them. Okay, let's listen to what this young lady has to say.
MAZELEE whole vlog situation thing, it just infuriates me because, like, you see how he just openly disrespecting her. It was not necessary for him to say, oh, I regret marrying her every single year in front of the kids. It was not necessary. And it's just weird because it's like you're literally standing in front of the first Black woman to get a PhD in her field.
Okay, so that's what confused me yesterday, right? She said the first Black woman to get a PhD in her field. The person who gave her the PhD didn't have a PhD in her field. Thank God for the cousins that what she meant to say, she's the first African American or Black woman to get a PhD in that field, not necessarily the first person to get a PhD in the field. So this is what I'm saying, right? This beautiful young lady, want Joe to acknowledge her like he's standing next to Barack Obama when she's not Barack Obama. He wants Joe to respect her as because she's the first Black woman to get a PhD in that field. It doesn't mean that to Joe. Okay, y'all know them people are racist anyways, okay? It means something to Black women and Black people that she's the first Black person to get a PhD in her field. That's special to us. We acknowledge other races of people. It doesn't mean that to them. So I would love if Black people could get this out of our head that we want to be acknowledged and respected as the first Black person to do A, B, and C, and accept and realize Joe said he regrets it all. That's what he said. That's what he means. Now, shout out to the cousin that said she didn't make the babies by herself. You're absolutely right. I think they had a plan and it got out of hand. They wanted to monetize these mixed kids. Beautiful. Those beautiful babies. They want to monetize them and it got out of hand. And she just want to keep going and going and going because it's more babies, more money, more content. However, content is not paying like content used to pay. Okay? So I want us Black people to stop. Okay? This young lady want Joe to respect her because she's the first African American to do something. No. How about respect her as your wife, love her, adore her? And the cousins are telling me this is husband number 3, and she had 2 baby daddies. She had 2 baby daddies, 2 husbands, and husband number 3, and Joe cheated on the other wife with her. Girl, it's messy. Okay? So we need to get that out of our heads. It don't mean that to other people. It means something to us. It means like, oh my gosh, she's the first black woman in their field. To other people, raise up here. Okay, and
You're literally staring in front of history. She's probably going to be in history books in a couple years.
it don't mean that to Joe. It don't mean that to the rest of the people. It doesn't mean that. So what this young lady want is to Joe to elevate her getting a PhD over her being his wife. Huh? Elevate her PhD status over standing at God's holy altar taking vows to love her, adore her, protect her, and provide for her.
Like, it's just strange. And it's like a lot of black women in interracial relationships, they take disrespect. Okay? They take it when they know, like, if their husband was with somebody else, they would not be doing all that. Like, if he was with a Korean woman, he would never utter those words out of his mouth. He knows what he's doing is disrespectful. Looking at that MAZELEE whole vlog situation
and she
thing,
stood
it
there,
just infuriates.
and she grinned, and she laughed. And I am about 100%, well, 99% sure this is not the first time he's disrespected her or said that. You can tell Joe is absolutely tired and exhausted. And yes, to the rest, cousin that said he gets her pregnant. I think he's probably scared not to look at her. She looked like she could beat his ass. She's probably beating him. Thank you for the cousin that sent me that video of them at the drive-thru ordering food. She looks like she could beat him. He is probably scared for his life not to get her pregnant. Let me go ahead and read this comment as one of the cousins did point this out. The cousin Janice, please read that comment. This comment is by Rumiko. She said, Alena and Joe are both toxic and a mess. They both fetishize each other. They both disrespect each other. She uses him to produce her half-Asian babies and content for their social media. He uses her for financial stability. She knew what she was dealing with, just like he knew what he was dealing with. Just like Carosa and Goan, I gotta look them up, from Gin and Juice. They both picked low-quality Korean men to be with and reproduce with. These Asian men low-key dislike them, but they stick with these women because of convenience. There you go. There you go. I don't think this is new. I don't think this is brand new. This is not brand new, y'all. This is not brand new. I have to go. Come on back from Married at First Sight. Again, this shirt is for Married at... Why does it look crooked? First Sight. Okay? This shirt is from Married at First Sight. I love you. Leave a comment for me. I will be in the comments, girl. Guess who's going to be on vacation for 2 weeks? Starting Wednesday, I will be on vacation. Starting this Wednesday, and I do not go back to work until September 8th or 9th or something like that. My little baby go back to school. The husband profile begins in September. I will teach you how not to choose low quality men. I will teach you how not to choose men who will disrespect you and in front of the whole wide world, so on and so forth. I love you. I adore you. Talk to you later. Come on back. Bye.